Hey guys.
We're here to talk about our last week.
Welcome to the show.
We don't really get to hang out, all four of us, very much anymore, so it's just really fun to be able to spend some time together.
I love it here, Mom.
So do you guys have any juice about last week?
Any juice? Well, let's get to the first one.
It's making me giggle like a schoolgirl too much, and I don't know if my parents are gonna like it.
Your dad will.
Okay, well, we'll get started then to the episode.
Yeah, so it's another week of doing things.
Just us couple guys.
We lost our chairs, so we just had to hop in bed together.
So first up, we went to Sancho's again. More tacos. By now you know that place pretty well. Tacos.
Sancho's.
And while we were there, we met a gentleman named Aaron from Nevada.
Utah, I think.
Utah.
It was Utah.
Anyways, he's been here for like 5 years, and he's really immersed himself in the culture and speaks
7 years.
7
It was
years?
4.
It was 4.
Yeah, it was 4. Yeah. Anyways,
I'm just trying to make you sound better, bro.
He speaks
12 years.
Vietnamese like a local. Like he lived in like Vietnamese neighborhoods and yeah, it was really cool. Like seeing that's like really the first
really
foreigner that we've met that came here and learned, and like yeah, he was. They're like hawkers that come around to you when you're on. Sancho's is on Boy Vien Street, which is like the backpacker street, and there's like these hawkers that'll come up and try to sell you little trinkets, and usually you just like don't pay them any attention. He was like actually having conversations with them and like telling us about their story and like yeah, this one I've known her for a long time and like she has a kid and like blah blah blah. I'll like give him a little money like at the end of the summer. He comes here and he works and he goes to school up in the north. It was really cool to get to hear his experience with like he said it. He said like Vietnam is a totally different world to me than it is to you, because like
Yeah.
that's something that we're kind of isolated here because we don't speak the language. We're stuck with who can speak English to us, where we don't really get to. That's like a very select group of the population.
Yeah.
And you went to an art museum.
I did. I went to an art museum to appease my girlfriend. And it was all right. I'm not a big, like, you look at art and you're like, yeah, that's, You know, I don't know. Once you go around for many hours looking at art, it's, you know, how do you say, you get hungry and then you get really tired of being there. But it was kind of cool. There was cool art there. There was some stuff where it's like, man, what is in this guy's head to even have him conceptualize this abstract, bizarre piece of art? Those ones were cool. There was, it was in like a cool old building. It was a good time, but then I got really hungry and we had to go.
For the 0 to 30 this month, I've been trying to get abs, which means I'm eating really clean and like no carbs, very low carbs, no sugars.
Ketosis. And
I went on a date with this girl I'm seeing, and I totally had a nice cheat day where we had like 2 dinners and had ice cream and then walked around this like art gallery, and it was wonderful. Alfresco's was one of the places we went. We had their pizza. It's meh. I don't know
It's
about
terrible,
the rest
yeah?
of my food. You know, honestly,
I heard from my friend that it was really bad.
I didn't hate it because it tastes exactly like a cheap gas station. Not a cheap gas station, but a cheap like grocery store pizza, which I'm cool with.
Like a Jack's.
Yeah, like a Jack's,
Cozy's.
but not as good as a Jack's, man. Not as good as a Jack's. You guys, by now, if you
another shitter, huh?
Not a shitter, no. If you guys are a fan of this show, you'll know that my kids are not potty trained, I guess. Something about me teaching children puts them in a nice, safe, relaxed, regressive state. This past week, you know, like I let them go get water. If they ask me in English, they have to go, can I go to the bathroom or can I have water? And I'm like, yeah, go. It's cool. But they take advantage of that.
Oh, yeah.
And they just like go and go and go. And this one girl, she was like, "Can I have water?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, go get water." And then we're like doing board work up at everybody's at the back working in their books, and she's up at the board. And I'm like trying to get her to say this word, and she's like,
She had too much
looking at me
water.
like this. She had too much water, and she's like, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And she's like, "Bathroom." She said it in Vietnamese. I think it's "nai," and I was like, "Again?" And she like looks down and splashes her feet, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, go." She was wearing like a dress, and she just peed on the floor. I felt really bad, yeah. But I mean, she, kids, man, kids.
How old is
took
she?
5. She said she just had too much water, and this is in the same class that the kid pooped himself the other day. So she wore the ubiquitous red oversized polo, and came back to class, and she was like happy and having fun, and the kids they're all enjoying
You
it.
bounced back. Wow.
I had to
Good bounce
I
back.
had to like really adjust the class because like we were supposed to be doing a bunch of stuff at the board, but there was a puddle there until like 20 minutes later when they finally got it cleaned up. So I like put a big chair there, moved everybody to the back of the class, and we were like going around to the books.
Yeah.
And one of the vocab words was wet. So
Maybe
the
that's
kids
what
were like,
triggered it.
yeah, it probably
Yeah.
is. The kids were like, "What's this?" I was like, "Oh, wet." I had my big bottle of water. I was like, "Oh, wet." I dumped water on the ground, whatever. Like, I got you. I'm covering for you. Don't say I never did nothing for you.
Oh, you pulled an
Adam Sandler.
yeah, an Adam Sandler in
Pissing your pants is cool. Call me Miles Davis.
right.
First of all, so last time we mentioned the meal plan, and we've been spending on we don't really ever have to leave. So honestly, just about every day, I wake up in this room, and I don't leave this room until 9 p.m. because this is the room we work in. Like my food's delivered, so it's pretty kind of gross actually. And
I love it.
Anyway, so I never leave the house, but I left. We went to a cafe to work on Saturday. I called an Uber to get back home, and about halfway there, dude pulls over, and I'm like, "What the heck's going on?" He pulls over, and he's talking to this random Grab driver, and they're talking, and he's like, they're kind of saying some stuff, and I'm like, "What's going on here? Am I supposed to get on this Grab bike? Are we doing a transfer here? What the heck's going on?" Because he was asking the Grab bike to enter my address into his thing, and I was like, I had no idea what the heck was going on. And anyway, I guess the guy's phone data wasn't working or whatever, but just pulled over, and it was just the interaction, like my Uber driver was like this on the Grab driver. It was just interesting to see culturally, like he was like, "Oh yeah, thanks bud, and he was doing this as the Grab driver was searching it up for him, and he was fine, and it was just a little interaction, a 3-minute thing, so that he could kind of re-get his bearings.
I had a similar one too when I got dropped off by Uber Moto at Rachel's, and there's always construction going on that road, and there's just this one guy. It's super late. It's after Sancho's. It's midnight, and this guy's just digging in this hole in the street, and the Uber driver just pop just drives over there a little bit, and then just BSing a little bit, and then the guy pops out, and then they're doing the same thing, laughing and talking. These guys don't know each other. I know they don't.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's the same thing for me. I was getting an Uber ride home from school the other day, and I think it was this guy's first ever day on the job. I might have been his first ride because I get on his bike, and 3 times he stops to ask for directions.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because you don't realize in the U.S., you could do that in Iowa. You could ask a random person for directions, and they'd probably help you. Mm-hmm. But it's every corner there's 3 guys laying down on their motorbikes, just waiting for someone to ask them for something, pretty much. So it's you can stop on any corner and be like, "Yo, is the highway over there?" And they're like, "Yeah, blah, 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 blah." Then they all have a good time, and they just chat. And he does it 3 times, and nobody ever gives him a weird look or it's just normal, which is really cool.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Well,
That's pretty much all I got.
We're doing 0 to 30s.
Yeah.
I'm drinking only water this month, and it's been just fine, except for the first 2 days. It was kind of brutal because caffeine withdrawals. Other than that, though, it's been smooth sailing.
I'm writing, and it's hard.
Writing.
I'm writing.
I'm getting abs.
I'm learning more words.
Cool.
Some intense shit, guys.
See you guys.
Look at us getting better.
You ever learned some words?
Well, guys, thanks for joining us on our bed.
We could talk all night, I swear.
Maybe we will.
Maybe we will. But that's not for you guys to see.
Mm-mm.